Decades of checkout wins. To celebrate, enter our month-long sweepstakes for a chance to win $200 in Kohl's Cash. Plus, save on fall faves during the Customer Appreciation Event now. Yep, 2 decades of Kohl's Cash is a big deal. Shop Kohl's and brag accordingly. Coupon ends September 21st. Select styles. Some exclusions apply. Sweepstakes ends September 30th, 2025. No purchase necessary. 20 winners per day. Limit 1 prize per person for entire sweepstakes. See Kohls.com for official rules and details.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to My Computer Career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Looking for something new? Try fencing, the Olympic and Paralympic sport that mixes speed, strategy, and fun. It's like chess meets cardio. Quick feet, quick decisions, and a satisfying beat when you score a point. Kids, teens, and adults can start anytime. No experience needed, and many clubs have loaner gear. Coaches teach fundamentals and safety from day one. Find a beginner class near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing. That's usafencing.org/tryfencing.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
Touchdown Gators!
The home of Florida Gators football. Fox Sports 940 Miami. Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeart Radio app.
WINCA Miami, WMIB-FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good. 1-1. He might have hit one out of the ballpark there. Out to right and deep. Second deck. He squared the bunt 2 pitches ago. And Kyle Stowers rips number 16 into the seats. Tied at 1, bottom 2.
Miami Marlins baseball is on deck.
Pitch to Connor Norby. He drills out to right center and deep. Freelick back. Track wall. It is gone. Connor Norby. He's getting right. 1-1 pitch. That one hammered out to left center field and deep. Martian Rojas back. They're looking up, and it's gone. Wag attack. A 2-run homer.
Marlins on deck. Brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins, and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. Let's head out to the ballpark. Here's your host, Steven Strong.
All right, nice job, Carlos. Welcome. We're live from Coors Field here in Denver, Colorado, home of the Rockies since 1995 on a 71-degree Tuesday night. And you're listening to Miami Marlins baseball on the radio. It's Fox Sports 940 Miami. Game 151 of 162. That's right. We've got 12 games left as the Marlins are set to start their final regular season road trip of 2025. It'll be a 3-city, 9-gamer, 3 in Colorado, 3 in Texas, and 3 in Philadelphia. But first up, a date with the Rocks, the first meeting since Colorado swept the Marlins back in the beginning of June. But Colorado, they will face a different Fish team that's gone 47-42 since that series, plus 2 of the 3 starters that Colorado saw for Miami either aren't on the team or they are hurt. That's Cal Quantrill, and that is Max Meyer. It's game 1 of a 3-game set between your 70-80 Miami Marlins and the 41-109 Colorado Rockies. 22-year-old right-hander Yuri Perez, he'll make his 18th start of the season and his second career-wise against the Colorado Rockies. He will go opposite Kyle Freeland, 29th start of the season. He earned one of his 4 wins in the regular season against Miami this year, and we will get going at 8:40 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Hi, everyone. Thanks for making Marlins on Deck a part of your Tuesday night with Jack McMullen and Gabby Sanchez. I'm Steven Strom. I don't want to say you got to get out the coffee because it is like 8 o'clock. I mean, are we that old here? I think we're good at 8 o'clock on a Tuesday. But we thank you for your participation as we set the stage for game one between these two teams. We'll talk about where both teams are at. Coming into Tuesday night, Jack and Clayton will preview game one. We'll get you the count with Perez and Freeland. Plus, you better sit back and relax for these roster moves. Jack will jump in for segment 4 for some storylines, Expo question today at Marlins Radio. And Steve's guarantee to victory, which has been red hot, by the way. We'll start with the Rockies. 68 games under 500, 43 games back of the National League West. The Rockies have 12 games left this season and only need one more win to avoid matching last year's Chicago White Sox team that lost 121 games. But joke's on me because Colorado has swept 2 teams this year. The Arizona Diamondbacks, and that's right, your Miami Marlins. The Rockies have 12 games left this year, and again, only need one to avoid matching that White Sox season from last. But Rockies manager Warren Schaefer has to feel optimistic with the man on the mound, Kyle Freeland. We mentioned it. One of his 4 wins this season came against Miami, and he was awesome against the Marlins on June 4th. He gave up 2 unearned runs over 6 1/3 in a 3-2 victory. And then you look at the career against Miami for Freeland, 4-0 with a 2.72 ERA in 6 career starts. For the Marlins, well, this was an interesting way to end a homestand for Miami. They dropped 4 of their first 5 for this 10-game homestand, but then they responded by winning 4 of their next 5 and ultimately finished with a 5-5 record. And we've talked about this. We can try to pinpoint why this happened, why the Marlins didn't win this game or why they won that game. It comes down to starters, guys. The starter ERA the first 5 games of this homestand, right? It was 4 against Philly, and it was 3 against Washington. The first 5 games, the starters ERA, 7.52. They went 1-4. The starter ERA the final 5 games, 2.43 over 29 2/3 innings, and the big stat, only 3 total walks. 12 games remain for the Miami Marlins. We did mention that they will get a shot in the arm. Connor Norby, Dane Myers, and Graham Pauley have all been reinstated and have returned to the big league club. Graham Pauley is out of the lineup, but Connor Norby and Dane Myers are back. Let's hear what Dane had to say as he makes his return back.
I feel good. Obviously, a week or 2 of no baseball and kind of throttling down on the workload usually feels good, but body feels good. I feel like the boys are playing pretty well at this point, so kind of just try and jump in and do my job and help the team.
Great to see Dane Myers back in the lineup. He's going to bat 7th, play left field. He was on the 10-day IL with that oblique issue. The last game he played was August 30th. In AAA, 1 for 8 with 3 walks. Connor Norby, he's back. Let's hear Connor.
I'm glad to be back. I'm tired of answering these questions, but I am glad to be back. I'm looking forward to finishing out strong, helping the team win as many games as we can down this stretch, and finish the season strong. But yeah, it's just been a frustrating year for sure.
Well, you can hear it in his voice. Yes, Connor Norby, very frustrated. He will bat 6 and play third base. He was on the 10-day IL with a quad injury. The last time we saw Connor play was on September 3rd against the Nationals. Both guys back in the lineup. I'm sure we'll see Graham Pauley maybe in some form of a pinch hitter or definitely tomorrow. But great to have 3 guys back in the lineup. Marlins looking to finish this season strong. 12 games left. We'll break on the other side. We're going to talk to Clayton McCullough. He sits down with Jack McMullen. Keys to victory and keys to a successful final road trip for the Marlins. Marlins on deck continues. Stick with us on the Marlins Radio Network.
His start winds down, and I said, is that like a hand thing, like a grip thing? He said, intent. He wants it. 1-2. Having a hard hit ground ball over to second. X stays down on that. He fires to first, and the inning is over. At 95 pitches, Sandy just fired 99 to the knees, and he got a ground ball out to finish off 7 innings of 2-run baseball. Time
reading plays.
2-2. That one a ground ball up the gut. That is through for a base hit. Augustine probably would have scored regardless, but he can practically walk home from third base, and Otto Lopez has an RBI single. It's 1-0 Marlins in the bottom of the first. The Miami chapter BBWAA. 2-0, that a hard hit ground ball. That is a fair ball down the third base line. That rolls all the way into the corner. As the bullpen catchers watch on, Acosta peels around. He scores from second, and Javi Sinoja has an RBI double. But it is fitting to a pitch. That one massacred out to right and deep. It is gone off the facing of the second deck. Troy Johnston drills a baseball. And home run number 2 in his big league career knots the game at 3 in the bottom of the 6th. 1-1. Johnson swings. He golfs the ball high out to right center. It is gone. A multi-homer day, and Troy sends us home in 11. A 2-run walk-off homer. 413 feet. And Troy Johnston has his Marlins moment this year.
All right, folks, welcome back here on a Tuesday night from Denver, Colorado. Stephen Strom here, Marlins on deck, Fox Sports 940 Miami. Jack McMullen, Gabby Sanchez, they have your call. This is going to be the final series for the Marlins against a team with a losing record. We'll face the Rangers at 79-72, the Phillies at 90-61, and the Mets at 77-73. Task at hand, the Colorado Rockies. Jack McMullen got a chance to catch up with the skipper, Clayton McCullough, ahead of Game 1 here tonight.
Thank you, Stephen. You're with the skipper, Clayton McCullough, ahead of Game 1 between the Marlins and the Colorado Rockies. I would ask you how you slept, but I'm going to save that. Today we are celebrating the life and legacy of Roberto Clemente, and we did learn that Griffin Conine was the Marlins nominee for the prestigious Roberto Clemente Award. Why does Griffin best exemplify what Roberto did in his humanitarian efforts?
Yeah, a lot of it speaks to Griff's character. I mean, he is on the field. You watch how Griff plays, and it's all out all the time. You know, everything matters on defense, on the bases. This guy's a great teammate. He cares about winning and putting the team first. And even the time now we've seen Griff, you know, he's missed a lot of this season. So I think it shows a lot about the respect that everyone has for Griff, of how he's taken on his rehab, how he still continued to be a great, you know, teammate and resource for everyone in our clubhouse, and Griff deserves it. I mean, he is. He's a first-class person, number one, and he's as hard-nosed a baseball player as you'll find.
Now I'll ask you how you slept. How does the altitude mess you up as a manager and as a human being?
It's fun. I generally don't sleep as I sleep well, but just maybe not as long. There's always feel like kind of you wake up and like, wow, why didn't I sleep, as good here? And I guess it's the altitude. But I had a great meal last night. I was I had a chance to go out to dinner with Jack and Steven, and they were so kind to take me out to eat. So I had a good meal and great company. So that aided in my my rest last evening. So thank you, guys.
I slept like a baby. Thank you for joining us. I do want to talk about pitching at altitude right now. We just chatted with Ryan Weathers. I asked him, is there a certain pitch in his arsenal that he feels like is affected most? And he said the four-seam fastball. It'll take a couple inches of carry off of that fastball. Obviously, Yuri Perez thrives with that carry on his fastball and the spin on his fastball. How do you feel like Yuri will be affected throwing at altitude?
Yeah, I think that's it. There's a little bit less of the carry on the fastball. Some of the depthier breaking balls don't tend to maybe react and play as well here. Some of those harder gyro type ones tend to maybe not be affected as much. So, I mean, we'll see. I think it's what all the times that I've come here and played, what gets opponents or the Rockies in trouble when you play against them, it felt like it's the base on ball. It felt like the non-plays made defensively and the base on ball, because the expansive nature of the outfield, there's just a lot of hits. And so you have to just make them earn their hits and defensively take your medicine sometimes and just throw behind and keep runners from taking extra bases, because you're going to give up some runs. It's the way it is here. And, but that's part of the difficulty and uniqueness of playing here at Coors, is pitches react different and the game itself just can get a little squirrely.
Yeah, these games can get weird, and we were talking about it a little bit, like a 5-run deficit can in turn play like a 2-run deficit. Is there a message that you deliver to the entire clubhouse saying like, hey, be ready for weird stuff, and a 5-run deficit, game's entirely within reach still?
Yeah, it was more that like every inning you have to look to try to tack on. That here, a 4 or 5-run lead in the middle innings doesn't feel the same as it does, maybe at Lone Depot. And because here, a walk and a bloop and a fly ball, and next thing you know, it just like that, there's 3 runs on the board. And so offensively, this is really a place where guys enjoy coming because there's a lot of hits and it's very hitter friendly. But you offensively just have to every inning try to find a way to tack on, build an inning. And on the pitching and defensive side, you don't really go into many innings or late in the games feeling like you can take your foot off the gas because how quickly things can just change here.
A couple of guys are here and happy that they're here for reasons more so than just playing at altitude. And I want to get into 3 guys that are added to the roster again. Dane Myers, Connor Norby, Graham Pauley. I want to start with Norby and Pauley. You just told our media group. It sounds like Pauley will play a little bit of first base. Obviously, Graham showed really well defensively at third. How do you feel like third base will kind of be allocated to Norby and Pauley as the season comes to a close?
Yeah, I think I'll just look to try to split up the reps. I don't know if it'll be evenly. Like against the left, Norby will play, over there, and also, trying to be. I know they both want to play every day, and I told Connor you're going to have some days off here as you come back, because also too want to be able to get them through this season healthy, and you don't feel like right now there's a need to redline either guy and run them to the ground and try to make up for lost time. It's there'll be at bats for both to be had, and right now Graham's ability to go over to first base as he had some. Will help complement that a little bit, especially versus right. And Graham showed so well defensively at third. There's no doubt and question about his ability to play there. Connor's been just at third base all season long. We're going to keep that, his focal point in his position. And between the scheduling some days off for both of them as we go, and also Paulie's ability to go over to first right now, don't worry about. There'll be at bats for both as we finish up.
Clayton McCullough, really appreciate it, and for your health and safety, I hope these games don't get too weird and squirrely on you.
Thank you, but they will.
Stephen.
All right, very good stuff right there. Clayton McCullough, Marlins manager, and Jack McMullen. Looking at this number, the Marlins have been better away from Lone Depot Park this season. 34 wins on the road in 2025. Had 32 last year, so already surpassed the win total and the road win total. 38 in 2023. Remember, that's when they made the playoffs. 35 in 22 and 25 in 2021. So you're looking at that, okay, 9 games. Can the Marlins beat 38, which would be, the 2023 year? We shall see. It starts tonight. Yuri Perez, Kyle Freeland will get you out of the count next. Plus, some roster moves. We got some guys in. We got some guys out. Don't move a muscle on the Marlins Radio Network.
Xavier lifts off. He goes high in the air, out to right and deep. Cruz is looking up at the wall. He leaps up, and it's gone. It just snuck over the short wall. I think Dylan Cruz... Yeah, he leaped up. That got right to the left of his glove, and that snuck over that short porch. Xavier Edwards hits a 3-run blast, and there's your breathing room for the Fish. 8-3 in the bottom of the 8th. This one blistered at 113 from Wagaman. 0-1. That one blistered out to left, falling quickly. Lyle dives. It gets right past him. It rolls all the way to the wall. Marcy in from third. Here comes Mesa all the way from first. Throw coming home, up the line a little bit, and Wagaman pushes to third. It's a 2-run double, and that doubles the Marlins lead. 4-0 Fish in the home 8.
It was amazing.
The picture burned into my brain as Weimer hits one high in the sky out to left. Lyle working back shy of the track. He makes the catch.
Hey, this is Derek Hill, and you're listening to Marlins On Deck with Steven Strom on the Marlins Radio Network.
Let's get you some roster moves here on Marlins On Deck. We've got plenty to cover. Good stuff, Clayton McCullough. Good stuff, Jack McMullen. Jack will join me in the next segment. I'm Stephen Trump. Hello, everyone. Again, welcome in here on a Tuesday night. Off day yesterday. First of 9 here on the road. Then we'll return back to Miami for 3 against the New York Mets. And then it's over. 2025 season is a wrap. Let's get you ahead. Let's get you a roster moves first. Dane Myers, Connor Norby, Graham Pauly returned from rehab. They were reinstated from the 10-day IL. Tyler Phillips, we already congratulated him, welcoming in his second child. He has been reinstated from the paternity list. Maximo Acosta, Victor Mesa Jr., Christian Roa, and Jack Winkler option to AAA Jacksonville. Let's get you ahead of the count. We'll start here with Yuri Perez, 22-year-old right-hander who will make his 18th start of 2025, second career against the Colorado Rockies. He's 6-5 with a 4.67 ERA, 81 innings pitched, 79 Ks to 28 walks. He didn't factor on Wednesday against the Washington Nationals. He allowed 3 runs on 7 hits, 7 punch-outs over 5 2/3. Let's hear what Clayton had to say after that start.
I thought Yuri was terrific. I mean, it really was phenomenal. I think he came right out of the gates, and you could tell like the type of aggression he had through the plate, through the mitt, driving the ball through the zone. I think, or looking over there in his first 40 some odd pitches, and the strike to ball ratio was much better than it's been maybe his previous 3 starts or so. So I thought he came out right away, and you could see a team swinging the bats well, and his fastball, especially the first couple innings, like he was able to to beat guys, and that just opens up, him getting in the strike zone with that type of regularity in the first pitch strikes and grabbing the count now opens up his ability to, start getting his breaking stuff in there, putting them more in between. I thought, even the, for the 6th, for them, they got a few runs off of them, but I thought still like this was a really terrific outing, and there was as much the aggressiveness he showed filling up the strike zone, and the quality of the throws tonight was, to me, just much more convicted than it has been in the previous couple outings.
Well, that was Marlins manager Clayton McCullough on Yuri's last start on Wednesday against the Nationals. You're hoping that's a building block. It's funny for Yuri, the last 7 starts, you look at the ERA of 7. It's nothing like we're accustomed to with Yuri, over 31 innings pitched. But then you look at the splits, they're still solid. Righties are hitting 220, lefties are hitting 200. How the heck is this happening? You look at the home and away splits and you say, oh, okay, that makes a little bit more sense. At home at Lone Depot Park, 3-2 with a 2.63 ERA. Away from Lone Depot Park, 3-3 with a 6.44 ERA. If you're wondering, Yuri has pitched here at Coors before. He did it in May 23rd in 2023, 4 1/3, 4 hits, and 4 runs. He'll go opposite Kyle Freeland, 32-year-old southpaw, who will make his 29th start of the season, his second one against the Marlins in 2025. He's 4-15 with a 4.97 ERA, 145 innings pitched combined, 112 punch-outs to 35 walks. Really good walk rate for Freeland. He took the loss on Wednesday in L.A. It was an unlucky one. Allowed 4 runs, 1 of them earned on 9 hits over 5 2/3. All 4 runs came in the second inning. It was his 15th loss of the year, which is tied for the most in all of baseball. He did face Miami back on June 4th. We mentioned it. It's one of his 4 wins, 6 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs. And another thing I saw interesting on Kyle Freeland's splits. You think you're at Coors Field, air is thin, altitude, all that stuff, that you would think that he'd give up more home runs here at home. It's not the case. 7 home runs surrendered for Kyle Freeland, a 5.82 ERA. Away from Coors, he's given up 14 home runs, a 4.36 ERA. The mix looks like this: a 4-seamer, a knuckle curve, a cutter, a sweeper, a sinker, and a changeup. The 4-seamer is a pitch that has gotten punished. 602 on the slug. That's got to be the one for Miami to attack with a bunch of righties in the lineup. We will break Jack McMullen. We'll talk about the storylines, what's key for Yuri, plus just the atmosphere and how you play here. It's weird here in Colorado. We're back in 2 on the Marlins Radio Network.
Step up. Righty hitting catcher. He turns on a ball, sends it out to center field and deep. Bader is back at the track, at the wall, and it's gone. Brian Navarreto. It's his first Major League homer and his first Major League RBI. It starts to cut into it, but welcome back to the show. This guy had 5 plate appearances in the big leagues. They all came in the COVID season in 2020, and he reintroduces himself in style. 1. Wagaman drills out to left and deep. Marsh is back. That will slam off the wall. Augustine comes in to score. Hernandez wheels around. He goes first to third. And Wagatak has an RBI double to get the Marlins on the board. It's 4-1 in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch to Sanoja. That one smothered into the ground. And the shortstop Sosa charges. He fires on the run. It kicks off the facing of the dugout. And a run will come in to score. That one bounced right in front of the plate and directly over the top of the pitcher's mound. And that infield single plates Hernandez from third base. It's an RBI knock for Javi. It's 4-2 Phillies in the bottom of the fourth. Marcy's 10th stolen base in 12 attempts. Augustine's 12th in 15 attempts. And Otto drills a ball out to left and deep. That thing is gone. Onto the concourse. Otto Lopez drills a baseball. And it's a 3-run shot. Number 13 on the year for Lopez. And they open scoring quickly. 3-0 Fish, bottom one. Payoff pitch. Otto hits well. Out to left center field again. Marsh is back. He's looking up. And it's gone. Insurance from Otto. And it is his afternoon. A multi-homer day.
Well, I mentioned this on the top. Sometimes this job is easy as a broadcaster to tell you why the Marlins struggle versus when they do well. First 5 games of the homestand for the Miami Marlins, the starters threw to a 7.52 ERA. The last 5 where the Marlins coincidentally went 4-1, the starter ERA was at 2.42. Jack McBone, Steven Strom, Gabby Sanchez. And that's what we'll start here today because I don't care about what Kyle Freeland does for the Colorado Rockies. It's going to start with Yuri tonight, Jack. But it's going to be a different element for Yuri. Yuri relies on that fastball. We'll start with him, the four-seamer, the slider, the curveball, the changeup, the sweeper. That's the arsenal. What pitch is he going to have to make sure is on his A game here tonight?
Yeah, I guess the four-seam fastball, but also the four-seam fastball won't be on its A game today. It's really weird for me to say, like, oh, he's got to make sure he's on his P's and Q's with this pitch, even though he cannot achieve like success. Yeah,
maximize.
Weird sounds like Yuri's best pitch is that
and why can't it be maximized tonight, Jack?
Because of where we're playing. As weird as that, you're talking to Ryan Weathers, you're doing this conversation before his tomorrow, but historically speaking, now that's attached to this. Fastballs, in particular, high carry fastballs. We talked a little bit about induced vertical break. Elite fastballs get a lot of carry, a lot of induced vertical break. Here you have about 2 to 3 inches cut induced vertical break on fastballs. So what does that do? That makes sinkers a little bit better for this climate, but four-seam fastballs, guys that are going to get swings underneath that four-seam fastball, they're not going to get those anymore because the pitch is going to end up about 2 inches lower.
Or cement mixers.
Yeah, sort of, kind of, but like it's also just a little bit less hop to it. And we talk a lot about guys like trying to swing a baseball over the top of where they actually think it's going to be to catch up to those high carry fastballs. Now it's running right into the barrel if you do that. So fastballs get hit really hard at this ballpark, and then breaking balls also they just subdue a little bit. They don't break as much. They're not as sharp. But I guess the four-seam fastball would be the answer for Yuri Perez.
So command have to – I mean, it's always key, but I guess at a premium tonight, just because one of the things Clayton McCullough would say, like, you know, where you would think this typically would end up or break towards, you probably have to change your peripherals on that.
Yeah, so I think command is of the utmost importance today, especially as it pertains to fastball command.
Yeah.
And he might miss upstairs a little bit, but it's better if you miss upstairs than leave it over the heart of the plate. Yuri, when he's going at his best, we see swings and misses on fastballs center cut. That's just not going to happen in Coors Field in Colorado. Like, it just won't. So it's a matter of making sure if you're throwing a top of the zone fastball, it is at the top of the zone. If you're throwing a bottom of the zone fastball, it is at the bottom of the zone. Everything over the heart of the plate, I don't care how hard it is. I don't care how much it spins. It is a danger zone at this place.
Okay, Kyle Freeland, he will go opposite Yuri Perez. And, Jack, he's got 15 losses, rather. Yeah. But this is a guy, I feel like you pop that guy in Milwaukee, that's a different record. I don't know how much you go into wins and losses. But Freeland has a 4.97 ERA. He's had some good starts, especially the last 2. What do the Marlins need to attack or take away from Freeland tonight?
I think they got to jump on the fastball. I mean, the fastball gets hit really hard this year, and you want to get him away from being that kitchen sink guy. Kyle Freeland was really darn good when he threw against the Marlins in Miami earlier this year at the beginning of June when the Rockies did sweep the Marlins. and he did it by being a kitchen sink guy. The fastball was well located, but everything worked off of the fastball. This guy's a different pitcher at home. On the road, 15 starts at a 4.36 ERA. At home, 13 starts at a 5.8. So the ERA is a 1.5 higher. And the fastball, particularly here at home, gets absolutely hammered.
Okay.
You look at the fastball metrics on the year, or the fastball results on the year, opponents are hitting over 340 against it, and they're slugging over 600 against it. Those numbers are elevated at home. Pounce on the fastball. Don't let them get to the secondaries.
Okay. Well, we will get our Steve's guarantee. Actually, you want me to tell you now?
Yeah.
No, I won't. You gotta
All
wait.
right.
You gotta wait for
All
segment 5. Good job, Jack. Jack and Gabby have your call in about 12 minutes. It's the Marlins. It's the Rockies. Game 1 of this 3-game set. Steve's guarantee on the other side, plus our Expo question. I'll give it to you right now. We think of Coors as a home run harbor, right? Our home run harbor, NCL. Great. I love the home run stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not number 1. Who is? We're back in 2 minutes. Marlins on Deck continues right here, Fox Sports 940 Miami on the Marlins Radio Network.
Marcy's 10th stolen base in 12 attempts. Augustine's 12th in 15 attempts. And Otto drills a ball out to left and deep. That thing is gone. Onto the concourse. Otto Lopez drills a baseball, and it's a 3-run shot. Number 13 on the year for Lopez, and they open scoring quickly. 3-0 Fish, bottom 1. Signed and came over last year. 2-2. That one lined up the gut on one hop. That's through and in for a base hit. Another run going to come in and score. Hernandez coming home to throw up the third base line. It gets back to the backstop. Johnston will push second to third, and Acosta follows him to second. It's an RBI knock for Maximo, and a throwing error will push the other two up 90 feet. It's 4-0. You got runners at second and third with 2 men gone in the bottom.
What they needed to do when they got a runner on third, and that was get him in.
First pitch to Heriberto Hernandez, a ground ball through the right side. That's a base hit. Runner comes in to score. Hicks wheels around, goes first to third. And that's an RBI knock for Burt to run this game even. Edwards the batter, Marcy on deck. And with one away, the 1-2. That one a ground ball that's up the gut and through for a base hit. They're going to send Mesa, who will score from second base. And Xavier Edwards, that has to feel good. An RBI knock. He makes it 8-2 Nats in the bottom of the 5th. 0-1. That one drilled high in the air. Right field and deep. That is gone. Second deck for the first Major League home run for Victor Mesa Jr.
Week.
Now we've seen everything.
And award-winning coverage from MLB Tonight every night.
This is wild. Like a baseball soap opera.
It's the regular season's final sprint.
The hottest team in the game.
Who will survive September and earn October? The chase is on. MLB Network, the home of Pen and Chase Baseball.
All right, buckle up, folks. I don't think I need to tell you to go get coffee. It's 8:30 back in the 305. That's where we start to have dinner and stuff like that. So if you're having dinner, if you're on 95, if you're on 95, God bless you. Thanks for hanging out with us. This is Marlins on Deck, Fox Sports 940 Miami, and I do advise to not miss a moment of Marlins action because we only have 12 games left, 11 after tonight. Download the iHeartRadio app and make Fox Sports 940 the top preset, and then listen to every Marlins game this season. Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, Gabby Sanchez, they have your call in 9 minutes. Let's get to our Expo question of today at Marlins Radio. What ballpark has produced the most home runs in 2025? It's not Coors Field. That's 7 with 106. Make sure to vote at Marlins Radio. It is time for Steve's On Fire guarantees.
Batter up. Batter up.
Let's play some ball.
First pitch is moments away. Time now for Steve's Guarantees.
Going with the hot hands, we'll start here with Eric Wagman. He's crushed lefties this year, 273, a 780 OPS, but you can tell Wags is on one right now. He's felt good the last month. I like him and Augustine Ramirez, who hasn't particularly hit lefties that great, but I love the way Gus has gone offensively the last 6 games. 7 for 23, a home run, a walk or a double rather, 304 on the average, but 812 with the OPS. This is a good home run happy ballpark. I like Gus and I like Wags. 3+ hits and 2+ RBIs. Folks, I hope you got the hits for first pitch because when we come back, Jack McMullen paints a picture. Gabby Sanchez, he is ready to rock. Starting lineups in first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins On Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the M together, Miami. Marlins baseball. It is next on the Marlins Radio Network.